mrityurma amritam gamaya avir maedhi rudro yatte dakshinam mukham te namang pahi nityam te namang pahi nityam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are talking about reading from the chapter 4th of the Shanti Gita, the Song of Peace, and we have read up to verse number 40. So last two verses, we only ended up reading the last two verses last time. So what we read there, it says that eko aham sat-cidānandam tatparjena tamastrayo. Main thing is that we do karma. This is, we are working on the karma theory, and Gita always emphasizes karma. We cannot live for a second without karma. And how to do the karma which is binding us, we should do in a way that it will release us. So that was the discussion. In the verse number 38 we have read, the Bhagavan is saying, sarva-karma-virāgeṇa. I have told in the Bhagavad Gita that sarva-karma-virāgeṇa, renouncing all types of activities, mam eva ekang mang sharanang braja. Take refuge in me alone. So, but you have to understand what I meant by me. Not me the man, Krishna you see. Not see the me, the Christ you see, the man, but the divine. So next side says, mang shabda tat drishtva tu. You have to watch at the mam. What is mam means me. Not sanghata drishtita. Not a congregation of a physical body, is a congregation of 5 elements. Don't look at me in the physical sense. But when I say I, see me, I am the Paramatman, I am the Supreme Self, I am the cosmic consciousness. Look at me in that perspective. You know, people talk about so many philosophies. That's okay. But it is called text torturing. When they explain this, Mang, and they will say Krishna. If you have no Krishna, then you are gone. If you are not Christ, then you are gone to hell. You have to only one way is Christ. What does this mean? Only way is Krishna. What is that? No. What is me? Krishna, he said, when I say me, Krishna, don't think sanghata drishti. It's a combination of food, water, air, fire. It's not a combination of that. But it is tattva drishti. Tyaktvā, thatness, that reality, absolute reality. So whatever Christ, it is a tyaktvā. I and my Father are one. So that drishti. People always forget this and make a cult of it and then start, my God, your God, this God. It's like childlike fight, not understanding what they say. So you have to understand this. Vedanta is very clear on this point, and it's not I am saying, it is the Shanti Gita is saying that don't look at me, don't misunderstand me, thinking I'm a person made of like you, like flesh and bone, that man, a powerful man. No, but I am tattva drishtite, I am that absolute truth. And I have incarnated in the human body. So know in that perspective. And then he said, continued on the verse number 39, He said, Eko aham sat-cidānandam tatparjena tamasrayo. First you understand the tatparja implication. Tatparja in Sanskrit means implication. You know the implication. What is that? Sat-cidānanda eko aham. I am one. Aham means me. I am eka, only one. What one? Sat-cidānanda. Absolute consciousness, absolute reality, absolute bliss. Know that eka, one without a second. I am that absolute reality. Tam asray. Now you take refuge in that, not the man. So this is the mistake. All the religion makes this mistake and then fight my religion higher. Of course my religion is higher. If I have some gun in my hand, of course I am higher. I can kill you. If I have a sword in my hand, I can chop your head. I am greater than you. But what this scripture, this Bhagavan who come down, what they themselves are saying? They are saying that don't take me wrongly. Don't look at my physical appearance only, but know my real nature, Sat-cidānanda. Eko aham, and you take refuge means you take refuge in Sat-cidānanda. That who am I in the Krishna form, that is Sat-cidānanda. Understanding this, you would take refuge in me, and through this you will go to the Sat-cidānanda. Sadekāsiditi sautam pramanam eka sabdake. And why do you say it is only one? Because his proof is there in the Upanishads. Sad eka asid iti. Only one is there. That has been mentioned in the Srotam, in the Shruti, Upanishad. Upanishads have declared, Eko aham, I am alone, I am only. Meaning, that is the proof that Sat-cidānanda is one. And ekang mang sarva bhutesu japasya. And to look at me means, look at Krishna means, you see Krishna everywhere, in every being. Looking at Christ means Christ in every being. Whoever, in what class, what gender, what country, what people, what men, women, animal, see Christ everywhere. That is the universal feeling. Ekang mang sarva bhutesu. In all created beings, one who sees ekang mang, one who sees me, that me, swapasyati. How can you see one? How can you see Christ in everyone? Unless you know that it is all-pervaded principle. So, again and again, it is becoming clear, though you worship personal God, but personal God is the representative of the impersonal aspect. Because impersonal is very difficult to gain, Gita says, this impersonal aspect of me is very difficult to conceive. We may think that I love Brahman. You don't love Brahman, you don't have any idea what is Brahman. You only make a map of Brahman, as I always suggest, no? Even you cannot make a map of Pacific Ocean. Can you do that? Can you make a map of Los Angeles? What is Los Angeles? You see in your mind it is coming, the map is coming. And this is the borderline. So what do you think of infinite? 1 million light year away. What do you mean by that? It's a word. You have no concept. And I don't like the form, I like the formless. What formless you like? You are always making a form. And you are telling, I like the formless. You don't like the formless. You cannot. You have no idea about formless, absolute. So first start from this beautiful form and gradually penetrate into it, and you see that it is becoming infinite. And that will be the gradual growth. Otherwise, it is misunderstanding more rather than understanding. Therefore, last verse we read, 40, sarva-karma-mahā-bāho tyajet sannyāsa-pūrvakam sarva-karma-tattva-cintam tyaktvā sannyāsa-yogato Janiyat ekamatmanam sada tat-citta sanjataha. So now you are engaged in activities, sarva-karma, whatever you do. Main verse is very important. As we say, everything is doing for Thakur. Did you know? We always say, hey, you are making that, cleaning the table, it is for the Lord. You are sweeping the floor, it is for the Lord. Is it not? So Gita gives this idea. Because you act, why not every act dedicate to me? So to whom? Sweeping the floor, how am I doing his work? Because he is here. The absolute idea is coming under the consideration. If you sweep the floor here, and I am doing Ramakrishna's work, what is Ramakrishna? Unless Ramakrishna is sitting there, why it will be here? No, Ramakrishna is the absolute. Ramakrishna is all pervaded. No, he is also here. That's why it is a service to him. Whatever you are doing in your room, that's also his. He is there. So in everywhere is he. So with this concept, you do your all karma and offer it to me. And then how will you do? By renunciation. Because you renounce the result of your action. Normally we do certain work and we want some praise. No? If I do something and you don't give me thanks, they say, what is this guy? Yeah? He does not know to give me thanks. But in Vedanta, we don't give thanks. Why to thank? You did for God. Rather, you do much better because you are serving God. So, that concept comes. Not for receiving a thank even. What is very natural, no? You do something, everyone should be thankful to that. But no, I did it thankless job. Every day you can do whatever good work you do, you say, I am doing thankless job. Because you don't care for anyone's thank. You are doing, serving God. That is your reward. That itself the reward of your karma. Therefore, sarva-karma, therefore all the activities, tata chintang tyaktvā, and even the thought, thinking, giving up, sannyāsa jagata, by taking the vows of sannyas, monk, renounce everything. That means everything renounce, you be absorbed in it. Even the karma is dropped. Ramakrishna was doing the priestly karma, no? In the temple. And Ramakrishna's karma, ultimately, his call for mother was so intense, he could not perform the puja. He does the first step of the puja, and if some flower is to be put here for meditation, bas. And he is there for half an hour, 45 minutes, doing puja. So karma work dropped from him, because he is absorbed in God. So you be like that. First do karma, thankless job, as I said. Don't expect any thanks. And think that you are doing for God, God, God. After doing long time, your mind will be pure. Then your more love for God will generate so much, your mind will just go to God, not to anything. That development, when it happens, your karma will drop. Your mind is not there, you cannot do any karma. But mind should be in love with God, in love with your real nature. So that is the first step. That is sarva-karma tatha chinta, all karma, and also it's all the thoughts, tyaktvā, giving up, sannyāsa jagata, by the process of sannyāsa practice, means renunciation practice, jāniyet ātma-jñānaṃ, know that one Atman, one Atman sada tat-citta sanjata. Sada, all the time you will know there is only one, by concentrating your mind in that reality. And that is me. So that we read. So today 41 verse. Vidhinā karma-saṃtyāgaḥ vidhinā karma-saṃtyāgaḥ sannyāsena vivekataḥ sannyāsena vivekataḥ avaidhaṃ svecchayā karma avaidhaṃ svecchayā karma tyaktvā pāpena lipyate tyaktvā pāpena lipyate. So, vidhinā karma-saṃtyāgaḥ. You have to give up karma. How? By following the prescribed rules. Many people are idle people. They don't want to do anything. Eat, sleep and gossip. So they are yogis because they don't want to do work. Yogis don't do work because they get absorbed in God. And these people also, so lazy, don't do anything. You bring the food in their mouth and they can sit and eat and sleep and gossip. Is a yogi? No. That's why making a distinction. It says, vidhinā karma-saṃtyāgaḥ. Your karma will drop. You do karma, I am doing for God, doing for God, doing for God, doing for God. It will be so intense. Then God will come first. Then karma will drop. Remember the story of the Mary and Martha. Mary and Martha, Christ went to their home with their request, with his companions. And when he went, Mary was seeing the Lord. He was so overwhelmed. So she followed him, and when Christ sat down, she fell at the feet of the Lord, and tears rolling down, and did pranam, and wiped out with the hair his feet, and then looking at the Lord and just sat like that. And the other, Martha, she is busy. She is busy to entertain so many guests. And also Christ has come here to give something, some juice or some wine or something to do. But sister is running along this way and this sister is sitting here. Huh? So, karma for Martha, Mary, karma has dropped. Her emphasis has gone to God and God alone so deep that she cannot do anything, paralyzed as it were. And Martha is no less, because she is doing for the Lord, entertaining Christ and his companions, means she is serving God. So serving God is no less, but serving God should be first started. We are doing our work. It is my project. I do this. I like it. I don't like it. This is my project. I project. I. But when you do, no, thou, O Lord, it is your project. I am only performing it. I am only doing. So by that way, Martha, what she was doing, and went into deep. No? And when Martha came and complained to Christ, see, sir, my sister is sitting here, and I cannot manage all these things. She should join me. Then Christ appreciated whom? Mary, because she has gone to a state, this karma dropped. Understand that point? Karma drops, but it cannot start without niskama karma. Without being a Martha, you cannot be Mary. Work. We all work for our selfish motivation. Work for the Lord. Whatever is given. That's why in the monastery or in any holy place we think. Every place. In your home also you should think like that. But it is much easier in the monastery and other place because it is Lord's place. Dedicate yourself. Don't be lazy. Look at everything because it is Lord's place, Lord's area. There is some dirty thing. Pick up. It is Lord's place. Suppose Christ walks here. What will you do? Have you any idea? Suppose Christ sits in the table where we eat. He also is coming to join us. Could you feel how will you keep the table? That's the question. So love for Christ should grow by thinking of Him and offering every work at the feet of the Lord. What a big philosophy. These are all given in the Bible and everywhere. But application is difficult. Understanding is difficult. Understanding is we make our own explanation and hodgepodge out of that. Unless you are unselfish to the backbone, unless you do, let me die for God. I cannot meditate, I will serve Him. There are many sadhus. They don't get much time for meditation or things. Their workload is so much. I met one Swami. He was of my contemporary. So one day, he was running a big school. He was the principal of a school. So he came, Belur, and I met. Hey, how are you? What is going on? Because those days I just joined the monastery. Then he said, how it is going on? So, hey, very, very good, it's going on. Then he said, how about your meditation? How is the morning? How many hours you get time? Then, what? I am doing Swamiji's work. What meditation? I don't need anything. And that's not good. What? You have no faith? It is Swamiji's work. I said, Baba, I have not that much faith, but are you happy with that? But yes, I am free. I feel very joyful doing Swamiji's work. Day and night I do Swamiji's work. Okay, if you have that spirit, I am doing for the God, Lord. Yes, he was developed. But a lazy guy coming in the name of avoiding work, studying and doing something. Oh, that story, that a permanent story, we'll find that a student have come to the teacher to know about to be a monk or to join the order, no? Then he first inquired, I said, what is the duties? What will be the duties of a student? Then they said, in earlier days, then you have to go to collect firewood from the forest and then bring and cut them, chop them, make it ready for fuel, making fuel, and make the dough, roti, paratha, whatever you need, cooking, so you need to do, and then serve your guru. And so list is going on, increasing. Then he said, okay, then what the guru does? Well, the guru sits and eats and gives some advice, occasional. And so why not make me guru first? And that means, make me guru first, because there's nothing to do. But guru has become guru going through these stages. So here is the point. Gita says, without starting your karma, one cannot reach the state beyond karma. So here is the same example is given, that vidhinā karma-saṃtyāgaḥ. You have to give up your karma action by following a procedure, step-by-step procedure. I am doing for myself so long. Before I joined here, I have no idea. So I did it for my course, my career, my position, how much grade I will get. I. Now I come, yes, I do study, I do cooking, I do cleaning, I do this, but it is only for God, not me, no, oh Lord, for you. So the transformation, do. And then through this I am doing this karma for my beloved Lord. If that beloved Lord comes into the picture, then love for God will be so much intense, then automatically you will be more drawn there and your karma will drop. Gradual. So here suggestion is that you should have to do it with that type of attempt, that gradually and following the prescription of the scripture. There is a standard formula, no? Through the thousands of years, this formula has been set by the sages, rishis, how you will be from karma to niskarma. So follow their footsteps. Vidhinā sannyāsena, karma-saṃtyāgaḥ sannyāsena. By renouncing, by detaching your karma, karma you do, but karma phala. You did something, people will say, hey, what did you do? Naturally I get upset. But if you really did for the Lord, you'll say, no, no, no. Whatever He said, I don't care, but I did it for God with my best. So you will be happy inside. This viveka, this discrimination should be there inside. And it should be by detachment. People say good or bad is not my look. I did it for God, and I sincerely tried, and I will try much more from tomorrow. So this is sannyasa means detachment, and vivekata means analysis or discrimination. Viveka vairagya, renunciation and detachment. Renunciation and analysis, discrimination, discernment. With full discernment, I have to. So that is the way karma should be given up. Understand? Karma-saṃtyāgaḥ is, if you do that, otherwise you do no. Someone whimsically says, oh, I am a spiritual person. I will not, no work, I don't like the work. No? So, I will be just meditating day and night. Are you are not competent to meditate? Yes, you be competent. After doing this second stage is meditative mood will come. But at the beginning stage, without performing the basic ground, that state, second stage will not come. You cannot get admitted into the, first you go and, as we did in our kindergarten school, we go, and then we go to the next grade. No, you cannot go to the 10th grade first. Okay, make me a student of 10th grade. Then I will go to the grade 1. Will it work like that? So this is the same thing for karma yoga. Understand? So avaidhaṃ svecchayā karma tyaktvā pāpena lipyate. You will indulge into sin if you give up the karma tyaktvā svecchayā, by your own whims. Avaidhaṃ, which is not supported by the vidhi, the rules and dictates of the sages. This is a standard path. Thousands, and that's why we say it is a scientific path. Brahma-vidya Research Institute. This Vedanta Society we call Brahma-vidya Research Institute. This is a research. We are all researching. On what? On the knowledge of Brahman. How? Following the footsteps of the previous scientists in our tradition. 16 disciples of Ramakrishna, their disciple, they built up their life and they manifested this. Through the karma, they went beyond karma and get absorbed in samadhi, absorbed in peace. So, avaidhaṃ svecchayā karma tyaktvā pāpena lipyate. If you do karma by svecchayā, means your whimsical wish, and not following the dictates of the avaidhaṃ, which means dictates of the scriptures. You don't follow the instruction of your guru. You don't follow the instruction of your scriptures. What Gita says, Upanishad says, or Bible, you are following Bible, following that instruction. Or whatever scripture, Buddhistic scripture, you have to follow their scripture. Without following that, if you give up the karma, and we are not capable. Look at that. If someone gives me whole day, yeah, it happened with many of our experiences of many of our monks. Somebody went and told our authorities that I am doing too much work. I cannot do anymore. I need some rest. I need to. Okay, what do you need? Now I want to go to Himalayas and I will be just out of work. Then that Swami, he was a senior Swami in charge, an authority. He said, okay, why will you go to Himalayas? Then you will have to bake food, walk 2-3 miles to get 4 pieces of bread, and that will be hungry again. So you will no bed, you will be uncomfortable. Okay, you need not have to do anything from today, just now. You go to your room, we will instruct, your food will be supplied in your room, your breakfast will be supplied in your room, and everything. and don't do anything. Just sit in your room and you do whatever meditation and prayer you do. Not to talk to anybody, not to go anywhere, because you want only meditation. Okay, do that. Can you do that? One day, you'll be mad. 2 days, you're in your room, you're getting food, you are getting breakfast, you are getting lunch, supper, okay. And how much you have practiced? How much have you practiced to be alone with yourself? It needs long, serious practice to get absorbed. You can spend hours, yes, it's possible. If one has practiced parallelly, niskama karma, selfless work, offering to God, and meditating, balanced life, meditation, scriptural reading, doing selfless work, prayer, all this jnana karma yoga bhakti is balanced way. Then when you get a chance more, then you can utilize it much deeply. Little less work, okay, I'll do this 1 hour more today. That should gradually be built up. And then he took the challenge fast. After 7 days he came back and said, please give me some work. No, it is not possible. We are not capable, we are not fit for that type of state of totally being within yourself. That means you should love God so much deeply that you can live alone. And there is so much joy. If we get a taste of meditation, 5 hours, 6 hours will go away. There's no problem. Rather your mind will say you will not feel like getting up. But that mood to create, you have to prepare yourself. No? So that, don't make that mistake. That's why it is the wording. He says, the running translation, vidhi means sanctioned by the scriptures, karma-saṃtyāgaḥ, giving up all the actions, by sannyāsena, by renunciation, vivekataḥ, with discernment, that it can be done. Giving up all activity, one should be activities that should be done according to scriptural injunctions and with the spirit of renunciation and discernment. That means we have to do this now. Understand? What we have to do, first step. Second step, but not following the scriptural injunctions. How to do selfless activity, how to surrender ourselves to God if you don't take this advice. But by whimsical renunciation of actions, one will be tainted, colored, tainted with sin. Sin means negativity, darkness, ignorance. You will go more towards ignorance. Then how much? One day is good. You may sleep very well. Second day, sleep, okay. Third day, fourth day, then sleep. How long you will sleep? You will not get satisfaction in sleep also, though nothing to be done. You have been given total freedom to spend your time. How much you will read? Unless you are adept in reading, no? So this is the point, very important, is a practical application of Vedanta. Not talking, but putting into action. And not doing action like a fool. It is not to do work. We call workaholic. Naki, what do you say? Workaholic. We should not be workaholic. It is not saying be workaholic. It is saying do work whatever with the spirit that you are serving God. And you have no interest in its result. It is God's. You have given it to God. This practice should be rigorous practice, should be practiced along with meditation and other things. As in our holistic life, you see how our life goes on in the center. Morning meditation, then some prayer, then some little gap, you can do exercise, then you go breakfast, then you do some work, then you come back again, meditation, noon meditation. If you don't build up your spiritual life, why will you build up spiritual life? What else is needed in spiritual life? Evening again come for meditation, evening prayer is there, and then have some supper or and use your time. Whole night you read, whole night you meditate. Do as best as you can. And this is the way we have to build up our life. And then this book, what they are talking, it will be revealed in our life. So, serious work is there. It is not by, everyone wants what you want, what we see that, everyone wants something very easy. Huh? I give $1,000, I go into retreat. And going to the retreat, bas, I will see the kundalini is going up. Ha 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 ha. Oh, kundalini does not go up such. Yeah, you are hallucinating kundalini. Huh? So this is the point to understand. It is, don't be fooled by this type of statement or alluring talks. I was meditating, within 3 days I was meditating, a light I saw and kundalini is going up. Hurry, and pull down the kundalini. It should not go up. Let it be there. But build your mind and love for God so that it will be so much automatically, oh kundalini, you do not know when it has awakened, when it is coming up. Your joy in spiritual life, your work, every day you will work, you will be cheerful. Or you will be grumbling person. I am doing so much, and beating the drum everywhere. And dissatisfied all the time. The spirituality is not dissatisfaction, it is satisfaction, more peace, more joy. This is Vedanta. Understand? Ah. Now this next verse, 42. Ātma-jñānaṃ vinā, ātma-jñānaṃ vinā, pātityāya kalpyate, pātityāya kalpyate, ātma-jñānaṃ vinā, ātma-jñānaṃ vinā, pātityāya kalpyate, pātityāya kalpyate, karma-brahmobhaya-bhraṣṭo, karma-brahmobhaya-bhraṣṭo, nadyāṃ dvi-kūla-varjitaḥ, nadyāṃ dvi-kūla-varjitaḥ, nadyāṃ dvi-kūla-varjitaḥ, ahaṅkāra-mahā-grāha, ahaṅkāra-mahā-grāha-grasyamānaḥ, vinaśyati, grasyamānaḥ, vinaśyati. Beautiful. If you not have ātma-jñānaṃ, not the knowledge of the self, I was devotional language, God, unless you have nyāsaṃ, giving up everything. I'm a monk, I give away everything. Many people come. Maybe some relationship, something has happened, broken or something. You get a vairagya, renunciation. This life, I don't find any meaning in the world. And I want to give up my job, I want to give up my house. Hey, don't do that. Keep your job. Keep your house. Wait. Go slow. Huh? So, if it is not grounded on the deep sense of love for God, or quest for Atman, or the knowledge of the Atman, if knowledge of the Atman is not the focus, nyāsaṃ, renunciation, detachment, these are words only. It is a temporary. Ramakrishna gave the example. This is a renunciation. No. When young people will understand more if they have any relationship. So, if the relationship breaks or something happens, it breaks the heart. And then we find, what? I loved someone with so much intense simplicity and I am betrayed. Huh? And I cry and weep. The world is all worst, rubbish. That concept will come for a moment. It will linger for few days and get a good friend again. This will be forgotten. Again the mind will go the same way. So that is not sannyāsa. That is not renunciation. It is called the markata sannyāsa. Markata sannyāsa means momentary. In the spur of moment, renunciation comes. Like in a hot pan, you put little water, sprinkle little water. What will happen? Instantly it evaporates, no? But if it is a pour enough water, sufficient water, then it will boil and it get heated, no? So the point is that renunciation is very important thing in life. Detachment, renunciation. But that should come because of love for God. You love the world, same mind, love God. So it is a small magnet, it is a big magnet. I was tending towards this, and I am falling in love with the big magnet, the source of all love, source of all joy. Let me yield this side, no? When this side comes, it is already gone. If I love God, then the minor attachment which I have in the world will be lessened, it is less value. That's why to love God is more important. Ramakrishna, that's why he said, in any way, any means, by any means, love God and see God first. And then you will enjoy life in the world and whatever you want to do. Why? Because this is the great achievement of life. So you have to analyze that, what this little love, human love can give me, what this divine love can give me. And practicing that and falling in that divine love, you will be so much close to it, it will suck you. As much it sucks you, you are off from this world. So that is the real renunciation. That's why here says, ātma-jñānaṃ vinā, without your knowledge of the Atman, unless you know in me, I am Atman, I am pure, I am self. So there is so much within me. Why I am searching outside? Why not inside? That knowledge, if it comes, then your activities in the outside will reduce. Otherwise, as we said, giving up the work will be disastrous because it will make you mad. Without loving God, to be a monk is disastrous life. Where will you stand? Here is no other thing which the world can give. You are avoiding everything of the world here. Unless you have that love for God, that will not work. For any day-to-day household life also, unless we do work thinking that I am doing for God, all these difficulties come and they smash us. They disturb our mental peace. It actually takes away our whole energy. It drains out that energy. So, karma, brahma, if we do that without knowledge of the Atman, without knowledge of God, if anyone gives up the activity or work, karma, he loses karma principle. He is not doing real karma. So he is lost, he loses karma or effect of karma, and Brahma. He is not attaining Brahman by this type of work, neither the result which karma could have given him. Karma can give us a lift towards God. First with our selfish motivation, that transcend into unselfish motive to godliness. If it can lead us this way. But if it is those ideas, for God is gone out of equation, or Atman is gone beyond equation, then it is a loss. Neither you will reach karma, result of karma, neither you will reach the Brahma. So it will be nadyāṃ ubhaya-bhraṣṭo, losing both ends. It will be like nadyāṃ dvi-kūla-varjitaḥ, in a river. Neither you reach this shore or the other shore, bank. You cannot reach this bank, neither that bank. Neither you are going to the karma and making a successful life there, and neither you are going to God and making your life meaningful. Why? Ahaṅkāra, because in this state, if minus God, minus Atman, minus Brahman, your ego is like a crocodile. Ego crocodile kills you. I did it. You don't understand? Who did this work? You didn't give me any honor, respect. You do not know how much I work day and night. I am not recognized. That ego, I, you know. The ego Maha-grāha is like a great crocodile, grasyamānaḥ, as if the crocodile eats you in the water. So in the life, your ego will kill you and you get destroyed. Does it make sense? That's why Vedanta is not pleasing to many people. Because it tells too cut and dry truth, and no compromise. Because it's daylight. You analyze this way, if you don't have love for you, then you will be a good worker in the world. And worker is good, but that will be linked with the ego. And so long we have our ego, it is good to have bad ego to good ego. Okay? That's also there is a process. I think of myself. My name, my fame, my power, my body, my mind, my emotions, my joy. Versus, oh, I also feel this is good, I share with you. I is expanding. And then expanding to another realm. And then another realm. And then it goes to God who is everywhere. That's to see how that same ego can be expanded and made the life just meaningful. And how the same ego can be concentrated into this limited personality, most selfish, most, they are really a burden to the society. They create so much nuisance in the society because of their selfish. That selfishness is barrier. And that is like a crocodile's bite. So the translation goes, without the knowledge of the self, mere intellectual knowledge, then what happens? Mere renunciation of the actions, giving up work, sets up the ground for degradation. So, mere renunciation, I give up, that does not solve the problem, because the desire remains. Fulfillment, my ego, satisfaction of my inner wishes, they don't leave me. It is hunting here. So, action, ground for it takes us to degradation. Thus fallen from both the results of action and the knowledge of Brahman. Neither you get the result of action. Result of action is also good. If anyone does selfishly, at least he can earn good money. He can be a person of name, fame, power, position. Yes, he has earned it by going to school, by hard work in the job. He has earned it. At least something gained. But who has no ideal in this life and no ideal for God, see, he is lost in both sides. And life is meaningless. Like cats, dogs, they come, they born, they grow, they eat, they sleep, they die one day. So this is the human life is not like that. It has its purpose. It has its great implication. And that's okay, but that service element you train them. No, that's also learning. If a dog can be made a service dog, how much training he was given, no? So why not I serve my dog, ego dog, a service dog? Same thing. The whole karma theory is making you a service dog. Rather than ego dog, we do for my ego, I. Rather you service. Yes, I serve Thakur, I serve God, God's service. And that's also satisfying. But that I am saying because this is in those life, as they have no higher goal, we should have a goal in life. I may fail to reach that goal, but I shall not pull that goal down to my level. Understand? We should always have a higher goal. And highest goal is knowing yourself, seeing God everywhere. Okay, I am in this level and it's too high. Yes, still, this is the goal. I am moving towards that. Following the dictate of the holy people, sages and saints, and the scriptures. They are our mother. These books are our mother. How many times they are reminding us, see? From evening, all these 45 minutes, this Gita is reminding us, hey, don't do work like that. Hey, you do that, then you lose both ends. This is the love. Love for God is important. This renunciation is not perfect unless you have love for God. Your renunciation is momentary. See, it's like a mother trying to help us, always try to protect us with a care so that again and again. The entire book we are reading this type of thing. So we have to take that training and make a good service dog of ourselves. Thus, fallen from both actions and the knowledge of Brahman, he loses both banks of the river, being devoured by the great crocodile of ego, and he perishes. So that is the loss, great loss. Okay, now we shall go to the question and answer. And you also have any question, then get ready. We'll talk about that. That's why this spiritual life is to do something, no? Not talk, not talk, not talk. Philosophy is good to fix the ideal, but you have to act on this. Therefore, karma yoga is very important. And we cannot go to higher level unless we do karma yoga. Karma, Holy Mother said, no? Who said? Karma adi kando. It is a very foundation of our spiritual life. Because we live with karma. From morning till now you did so many karma, is it not? Even thinking, you are sitting, just you are thinking something, that's a karma. You are breathing, that's a karma. You are digesting something, it's a karma. But if all karma to be surrendered to God, then you are something special. And look at that, from morning, think about yourself or myself. How many times we surrender our all karma? Tell me. Don't tell me openly, but you can tell yourself. We are good people. We all want to be spiritual. But tell me, how many times and from morning till now I have said, oh Lord, it is your karma. It is not mine. It's for you I am doing. No. See? If you can remember 10 times a day, then you are spiritual. 20 times, more spiritual. 30 times, 40 times, as many times, more and more, so much spiritual you are. And if you don't remember, then becoming a monk, I am worse than a worldly person. Because I am doing like a slave, without any meaning, either knowing any purpose and not forgetting the goal of life. Here is a question. How to pray for paravidya and aparavidya simultaneously? Oh, this is not directly related to this, but it was a question on the gospel class probably. So, it is how to pray for paravidya. What is paravidya? It's a technical term. Paravidya means supreme knowledge. What is the supreme knowledge? Knowledge of Brahman. Knowledge of Atman. We talked about that. This is the knowledge. And aparavidya, what is aparavidya? No. All the knowledge is secular knowledge. Physics, chemistry, art, literature, anything, science, whatever you are doing, this is lower. Apara means supreme. Not that supreme, but it is a knowledge. You know astronomy, you know science, you know the different branches of science. So this is called apara-vidya. But how to do simultaneously? Yes, because we live in the realm of apara-vidya. Apara-vidya means in a lower plane. We have science, we have we have to eat, we have to sleep, we have to build a house, we have to have a car. So we need to be efficient in our knowledge of the secular knowledge. This secular knowledge you cannot ignore. Very important for us, so long we are in the realm of this duality. Now, this secular knowledge I am doing for my survival. But this secular knowledge can be made spiritual. How? I am doing for God, it becomes spiritual. The same karma, which is apara, is taking to the material plane, it can lift us to the spiritual plane. That's one meaning. And how we can do that? We will parallelly do para-vidya and apara-vidya charcha, meaning practice. Para-vidya, say every day morning you read the Upanishad, Gita, as we are reading now. This is your para-vidya, knowledge. You are trying to think about the supreme knowledge. And when you are doing, say you are cooking, cooking is para-vidya or apara-vidya? Apara. But apara-vidya can be transcended to para-vidya when you put that it is I am doing for the Lord. It is no work. It is service. Service, this service will serve others in whom God is there. The same Brahman will be satisfied to the physical body of some people. So it is a service to Brahman. As you are thinking, I am Brahman, that's also thought, and this is in action. Through the action you can deify. So we can do that by making a life, holistic life. Holistic life means think of the Vedantic principle, that's para-vidya. And whatever you are doing, think that you are doing for God. Apara-vidya, when you are in office, you are a scientist, you are doing in your lab work, or you are a astronomical world, so you are working in your level, but you have to understand you are doing not for your ego satisfaction, but for the wisdom or service to God in others. So we can do two together, by prayer, by meditation, by karma, etc. As we always say, we can simultaneously do para-vidya and apara-vidya. You know, Ramakrishna Mission sadhus, these monks, sadhus of the Vedanta Society and other non-dual tradition, what they are doing? Their whole day they are doing work. If this work is para-vidya or apara-vidya? It is apara-vidya. But they are learning how to make the same apara-vidya as para-vidya. That art of performing is a lifelong practice, and prayer, study of the Upanishad. Every day we should study Upanishad to get the highest knowledge. Make the mind, brain charged with some higher thought. That is the para-vidya. It will unfold, unfold, unfold. Okay, now another question is here. How do we work to see God in everyone, even when the world causes such deep sorrows? Even when such monsters exist, how do you personally handle it? You know, that's a very good question. How can you see God in everyone, even when the world is causing such deep sorrows? Suppose someone is killing someone. How can you see God there? Yes, we can see God in this way. God is there as consciousness. But the consciousness is clouded by the mind, which is clouded mind. And that clouded mind is reflecting the inner light at a darker light. No light outside, is a dark. That's why I can think God is in that person, though he does not understand. He cannot, as we don't understand. But our mind is maybe little better. That's why I don't act like a beast. act like a very mean, unkind and brute. Difference between brute and a holy person is what the difference? The inner light is the same. Only the inner light is coming through a darker media or a clear media. When it is clear media, you see, you call a holy man, you call a very charitable person, you call a loving person. Unholy, when the unholiness covering is more there. So, in both the cases, at least for practice in our spiritual discipline, we will have to think the same force is working in both places. One place it is becoming like a cooler, another person opposite of it, it is a heater. Heater and cooler is supported by the same electricity. Supply energy is the same. But one is acting in this heavy cold, like in Indian we make a joke of it. When we go to Indian train, there are air-conditioned compartments are there. So you enter there and they give the what you call cooler temperature in such a degree, then you start shaking. You ask for blanket, they give you one blanket. Are Baba, why it is so low? Because it's a air condition. So it is the fault of the electricity or the person who is operating it. So it is the fault of the same engine. No, nowadays we have heating and cooling in the same device. So you put it in the heat side, it heats. So when it is tremendous heat and you put your heat high, it is the problem of the machine or the electricity. Supply energy is the same consciousness, manifesting as cooler, as heater. So how I apply? Who is I? My mind, my emotion, my ego. They create this trouble. So purify that level. You are Brahman, I am Brahman. There is no difference. Same electricity. You charge, you take your galvanometer or what you call ammeter. You find the same voltage and same amps there and in this side and that side. So God is here, God is there. We can, as a spiritual person, we should try to see there is God behind with this power. A dead body cannot be vulgar. A dead body cannot be mean. A dead body cannot jump on you and stab you. But a man can do that who is alive, whose consciousness is the propelling force behind that person is the propelling force. So we will have to think in that way, no? Yeah. And they are causing so much deep sorrows, true. Even such monsters, they exist. Monster is the monster mind. If the mind is pure, the same monster will be a holy person, is it not? We hear the story of so many monsters who have transformed themselves into holy spiritual people. Is it not? Valmiki, in our Hindu tradition, he was a highway robber. He was totally transformed into a, what you call a holy man, Valmiki, the writer of the Rama's life and character. Oh yeah. He used to kill and he used to snatch away their money and wealth. And then one day Narada, this Narada Sutra we read, he appeared before him and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And as soon as he came, he was going to beat him, to get him something from his pocket. But he said, "Baba, I have nothing, so wait. Why are you doing this type of bad things?" Then he said, "What bad thing? I need money. And this is the easy way of collecting money. So I get it, and what do you do? With this money, I serve my mom, dad, their daily food. All these are managed by this, food, shelter, everything. So they are getting it. But you are committing sin. Why do you take this path?" "Well, why shall I be doing sin? Because they will share. My mom, dad, her wife, children, all are fed from this money. So I'm not eating myself. For them I am doing. So they will take away my sin. Well, no. No, that will not do. Well, no. Huh? Mara. Then he said, okay, you go and ask your wife, your mom, your dad, your son, that you are committing this type of sin, and they will share your sin. He went and told dad and mom. They said, Are Baba, we have become old. When I was young, you were baby, we raised you with my hard sweating of my blood. I didn't claim you anything, but I did it. Now I have become old. You are my father-like, so you should serve me. Why shall I take your sin? And the wife also said same thing. I am your married wife. It is your responsibility to maintain me. So why shall I take your sin? And everyone rejected. Then he came back and told Narada, oh, what shall I do now? No one is going to take my sin. So he has piled up heap of sin because he has done so much killing or torturing the innocent people and snatching away their money. Then he said, oh, what shall I do? Well, you take the name of Lord Rama. But he was, that it is said, just a story, that he said so much bad karma, the Rama word is not coming through his mouth. He is saying Mora, just opposite. Mora, Rama, Mora. Huh? So Mora. Then they said, okay, you do Mora. And then chant on and on and on. Then Mora, 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 Rama. By repeating the name of Rama, all the sins were gone, and then he became a sage, Valmiki. So, yes, person can change by changing the mind. Another question, was Holy Mother eating fish and meat? I do not know meat, but probably Mother may have had fish, but I do not know about meat. Because she was mostly living in the village, and mostly vegetarian food was in a Brahmin family standard. But fish was allowed, and those days meat was not. Even the good society people don't like meat. Even today, Orthodox families don't like meat. They can. Then mother is mother. Okay, another question, how to develop the love for God. Japa, not meditation, cannot be performed as hate problem poses threat, and I cry and fail miserably. Way for me. Hope? The question is that she is asking how to develop love for God. That's one point. That's what we have discussed many times. Japa, not meditation. And because she does meditation probably cannot be performed as head problem poses. Maybe have headache or something, I do not know. And I cry when that pain starts meditation, then it becomes miserably I fail. So I understand your problem, but you need, in that case you can keep your eyes open and look at the picture of the divine, what your guru has given to meditate upon, and do the japa instead of closing the eyes. If closing the eyes can make you deeply concentrated, and that creates a pain in your head, so you can avoid that, but you can keep the eyes open in the fixing the eye on the photograph, because photograph is also pure. Ramakrishna's photograph is so pure, if you look at that, your mind will be pure. And sing kirtan. You can sing kirtan, sing songs, that may be another way. Jointly chant some mantras, that may be. Without making your pain in the head, I do not know what is your problem, but you can avoid that by doing, for the time being, do sing songs, chant mantras, talk about God, do japa all the time, moving, walking, every doing your work. Let your mind repeat the mantra. And what else? Karma you do, you are doing. But you say, oh Lord, I cannot meditate because of my health reason. So I am doing for you, I am doing for you. The entire class we discussed about this karma can lead us to total freedom. So we should practice that way. Okay? And if you have any other further question, you can send me an email. Do Vedanta societies have ashramas? And the Vedanta society is ashrama. We have here, you can go to our website, vedanto.org, and see in US we have so many centers. And India we call as Ramakrishna Mission, or Ramakrishna Math. So you can find, we have about now 200, more than 200 centers all over India, and you can find in every state one, more than one, many centers, all are engaged in doing charitable activity, school, college, hospital, dispensaries, as also temple, prayer, meditation, retreat, this type of activity. So please go to the website, our website, vedanto.org, and there you go, the centers. If you click the centers, then you will find the world map, and you can click in any part of the map, and it will show which is the name of the center and where it is located, what the phone number. You can explore and go to their individual website, and then you can know their activities. Yes, there are many centers.
You can stay at?
Some places you can stay, but not that all places have a facility. But some places stay, you have to contact them. I do not know. I also may not be able to tell, because such a huge organization, I do not know much. But you can inquire through email, write to them, and all the email address, etc. is available there. Okay, so thank you all. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Tomorrow is Swami Sattva-Mayananda will be giving the class on the Gospel of Ramakrishna at the 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Okay, thank you all.